Hello, my name is Jonathan Kramer. I am a Region 3 Secondary Science ILC, and I'm sharing this information with you because it is something that we developed as ILCs because we've been talking about some, struggles that we've seen on our campuses across the district, and we really felt that a very straightforward PLC framework would really help our teachers in their planning and their preparation for delivering lessons in the classroom. And so what we did is we started with the STEM science example of the common PLC framework, which have kind of fed off of the Bambrick Look Forward protocol. And we took this and we turned it into three separate Google Docs to represent three separate days of a PLC framework. And I'm going to walk you through these different documents today to show you what they look like and if you would like to use them on your campus. So here's the first document. This is the day one, as you see here, it's pre-work. This document will cover step one of that document I just showed you, the STEM Science Common PLC Framework. You see here, it's focused on what we want the students to learn. It's completed by the teachers during the first day of Look Forward PLC. Suggested time is about 30 minutes. Some of your veteran teachers could probably get this done faster, but some of your teachers who are struggling with their content or with activities they want to use in their class may take a little longer. So the point of this first step, this first day, is you get to look at the actual curriculum documents that are provided by the district, plus of course our assessment blueprint, our TEAC specificity, and of course our actual TEACs. Then I provided here some links to some content refresher information. So in case your teacher maybe isn't quite as good on this content as other contents, they can go through these links and just get some help to learn about the material before they're actually talking about teaching it. Then here they're going to look at the actual vertical alignment of the middle school TEACs, and they're going to reflect on that and answer some questions. Then they're going to actually look at the unit assessment that was created by the ILCs. This is the Google Doc, this first link. The second link is the Google Doc answer key. And this third link is an all-in learning link for the test. And of course, they can open these tests and look through them and then actually reflect on those and answer some questions about it. Because of course, we're going to start with the end in mind. What's our unit assessment going to look like after we cover all these lessons? And then of course, they're going to go through and actually review the either guided or structured lesson provided by the district. This is also the time where they can go through, they can look at what the district suggests, and then they can replace it with stuff they want to use on their own that they like better. And that's where they would answer these questions. They reflect on those things, talk about, hey, these are activities I want to use, these are activities I don't want to use. They'll talk about if the students can master things. They'll talk about how long the process is supposed to take. All those kind of things is really get to internalize the lesson the district provided. And then lastly, they're going to look over the actual district provided LOs, SCs, and DOLs for that lesson, just to kind of get to know them and have an idea about what they're looking for. And it says right here, it says tomorrow you're going to be ready to discuss or create exemplars for these things. So that's all your day one meeting. Day two meeting for Look Forward. We're going to open this document. See here, it's going to start with day two. This is kind of your planning day. This is completing steps 2 and 3 of that STEM common framework. So you see here, this is what do we want the students to learn? And then also, how do we know that they have learned it? So you see here, this is completed by the team during the first day of the Look Forward PLC. Suggested is about 20 minutes for this step. Here, they're going to review their no-show chart, including misconceptions for that concept. So to make sure that, what they choose to use the activities are really correlating to what the no-show chart states. Then they're going to go through and they can discuss the LOs and the SCs. So this is where they can choose to use the ones the district provided or move over to something they want to use on their own. Then, of course, I'll look through for their aligned DOL. So what am I going to do to check for understanding at the end of the day for each one of those? Again, this is something where they can use the district provided ones or they can create their own. But again, that's kind of a team thing where they decide as a team what we're going to do here. Next step, step 3, again, completed during the second day of the Look Forward. This is about 25 minutes. So all in all, this will be a total of about 45 minutes total. And then it just walks them through the actual steps in the activities. So it talks about what's the engage that's provided, how they connect that to success criteria and how they connect it to the next activity. So what kind of segue they're going to use. And then there's the explore, gives them their explain, and elaborate, and evaluates. Again, these are all from the district provided resources. If they choose to use their own stuff, this is where they would switch it out. So they would delete this district stuff and put in the links to their resources. Still would need to fill in this other column where they talk about how they connect to the success criteria and how they connect from one activity to the next. We can't just do independent activities. One activity has to connect to the next activity. Then we have some reflection on that. So how are they going to actually look at that and explain how it connects to their learning? Then they're going to go back and go, okay, where am I going to use from either in my lessons or student engagement strategies in my lessons to make sure that the kids are all participating? And then, of course, also, where am I going to stop and do check for understandings? And these all just depend. Sometimes it's in the notes, sometimes it's in a lesson, sometimes it's right after you do an engage. The point is planning it out and looking at it. And this last part is where they actually go through and decide which teacher is going to model on day 3 and which activity they're going to model. You do not need to model all 4 steps: engage, explore, explain, and elaborate. If you have a big enough team, you're more than welcome. But of course, we suggest as ILCs to at least model the explore, if not the engage and the explore. And the last document I'm going to talk about here is going to be the day 3 modeling document. This is where they complete step 4. And step 4 is how will students access and engage with the learning. This should be completed by the team during the 3rd day. This should take you about 45 minutes. This should take the whole PLC time. So we're going to model the activities. Going to, of course, give glows and grows for each one. Again, if you don't model all 4 parts, that's okay. Just take out those rows in the documents. Again, we really would like you to focus on the engage and explore first. And then, of course, this is where you put in those, suggestions for your teachers. So, hey, do this or do that, or I really like how you did this. I'm going to go ahead and use that in my activity. And then after you've modeled your parts and everybody else has had their chance to model, then you'll go back and actually answer these questions based on what you saw in the modeling. It's just, there's not a lot page-wise to this day, because the main focus of this day is getting the teachers up there and modeling for their group. So we're trying to find misconceptions. We're trying to find any sort of issues with the lesson before the kids ever see it. So that's the whole purpose of this day. So day 1 is a pre-work day that can be kind of done by themselves, where they're kind of going over the lesson and internalizing it. Day 2, they actually pick out which SEs which activities they want to do, and assign the activities to the people to present the next day. And they talk about how they connect one activity to the next and what MRS is and those kind of things like that. And then day 3 is the actual modeling day, where they see these activities in action, and they try to find where things may go wrong before it happens. This is your 3-day Look Forward PLC. This can be spread across a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you could do look backs, or you could do look back on Monday, Tuesday, and this is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know what you want to use on your campus. And if you want to get a hold of your secondary science ILC, let them know. They can come out and help you with this process. But again, we have these documents that are available. I made one for the 8.10C and 8.9A just to kind of show you what they are. But we would like to teach you as administrators how to make these activities or make these documents, so that way you can just keep them rolling for the rest of the year. It's very simple. Like I said, I'm just pulling information from the district provided resources, and we can teach you and work with you as an administrator on how to do this, or maybe work with your SILT member, or work with your lead teacher, whatever you're calling them on your campus, to help them develop these and be ahead of time. Because of course the main idea of this is to be about 2 weeks out, so that your teachers have all this time to model these activities and then have a whole week to collect materials and get stuff ready for the actual lesson. And therefore, if something happens like this assembly or that assembly or this half day or whatever, we can always adjust our schedule because we're planning 2 weeks ahead, and we're always in front of that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please email me or your science ILC, whoever is in your region. If you don't know who that is, let me know. Email me and I can get you in contact with them. But either way, have a great day.